April 1992. The city of Los Angeles ignited, not from fireworks, but from fury. A grainy home video had captured what so many already knew: the brutal beating of a black man, Rodney King, by 4 white LAPD officers, kicked, clubbed, and humiliated. The tape spread across television screens like wildfire. America watched and waited. Then came the verdict: not guilty. All 4 officers walked free. And just like that, the tension broke. South Central Los Angeles erupted. Protests turned violent within hours. But this wasn't random rage. This was a scream, raw, collective, and centuries in the making. Within minutes, crowds took over intersections. Buildings were smashed, stores looted, fires started. The police pulled back. The nation froze in shock as news helicopters captured live brutality. The nation froze in shock as news helicopters captured live brutality. At Florence and Normandy, truck driver Reginald Denny was dragged from his vehicle and beaten by a group of rioters, broadcast live to millions. The city had descended into chaos. In the absence of order, communities defended themselves. Korean-American shopkeepers, abandoned by police, stood on rooftops with rifles, protecting their livelihoods. It became clear: this wasn't just civil unrest. It was turning into open conflict. Governor Pete Wilson called for help. The National Guard was activated. Thousands of troops deployed across Los Angeles. But it wasn't enough, so the U.S. military was brought in. The 7th Infantry Division, U.S. Marines. Operation Garden Plot was launched, a plan originally designed to counter domestic rebellion. Armored vehicles rolled down American streets. Soldiers in full gear patrolled burned-out neighborhoods. It was the largest military presence in an American city since the Civil War. And yet, even with tanks and troops, the violence raged on. Over 6 days, the city became a war zone. More than 1,000 buildings were destroyed, over 2,000 people injured, 53 lives lost. Nearly half of them killed by gunfire, some by police, some by each other. But amidst the smoke and sirens, something else began to rise: solidarity. Volunteers swept glass off sidewalks. Strangers hugged in front of ruins. Murals began to appear. Words of pain, messages of hope. President George H.W. Bush addressed the nation. He condemned the verdict. He condemned the violence. But the damage was done. The 1992 Los Angeles riots weren't just about Rodney King. They were about every moment before him and every moment since. This wasn't just a riot. It was a rebellion, a wake-up call, a reminder that when justice fails, the streets respond. And when the system doesn't protect its people, sometimes the people protect themselves. 30 years later, the scars are still visible. In policy, in memory, in communities still waiting for equality. But so is the lesson. Justice delayed is not just justice denied, it's justice burned to the ground. If this history moved you, share it. Don't let these stories be forgotten. Subscribe for more untold truths that shaped our world.